My background is in sports psychology, and there was something that I learned while I was in school that blew my mind about the fear of failure that I want to share as it pertains to what we're studying right now. So what we were exploring was what makes the 1% the 1%, okay? Basketball is the language I speak. So what makes the Kobe's, the LeBrons, right? The Jordans, the AIs, Allen Iverson. What makes the 1% the 1%? And from the outside, we think like, oh, they work harder than everybody else because they want to win. There is a specific structure of the way that they think about everything. It was here that I learned two things. Number one, that belief drives perception, and that perception always drives performance. So we were exploring how they were seeing what they were doing, how they seen winning, how they seen their training, all this stuff. What I learned was that they are actually not focused on winning. They're focused on not losing. Slightest shift, big difference. Are you focused on being a winner, or are you focused on not losing? Now, their relationship with losing revealed a lot. If they lost, they was back in the gym right away. If they won, it was like a relief. They got to chill out for a second, depending on what it looked like, who they were, what they had coming up. But if they lost, they would have to work harder, faster, sooner. And it's the same that I notice when I watch my husband coach. When he wins the game, he feels like he can take a breath for a sec, right? When he loses the game, we redoing the scout, looking at the video. Oh, it's a whole process. I started to see, it's not that the 1%, the top athletes, want to win. It's not that they don't think I want to win the game, so let me work hard. They think, I just don't want to lose. So what would it look like to prepare to not lose? Such a mindset shift. The second thing that it reveals is the relation that we have with failure. It's not necessarily losing that they didn't want to do. It was the consequences of losing that they planned ahead for in their preparation. A lot of us don't realize that we have a fear of failure because it doesn't look like that. The fear of failure looks like trying to avoid the consequences of the backlash of when we fail. If you can accept that failure is part of the process and practice is controlled failure, then we need to learn how to fail forward by practicing. So what I found to be true as it pertains to my relationship with God, when I learned about myself, that I was actually afraid of failing, but not because of the failure, but because of the consequences and the repercussions from failing, then God was literally able to come in and show me, by casting out the fear and replacing it with love, how He works all things together. So it really doesn't matter what I choose or what I do. It matters how I handle what that is. Even if I make the wrong move, okay, doesn't mean that now I'm bad, everything's bad. No. Humility allows me to course correct, make the slight adjustment, because everything that I'm doing is practice. It's controlled failure. The way that I control the failure is by submitting the fear to God and allowing Him to show me another way to see what it is that I'm actually doing. It was here, the moment that I gave the fear of the consequence of the backlash of what I'm doing to God, that I literally had a moment, June 2022, standing in my shower, a revelation of who God was, the invitation to follow Him. And it is the reason why now all I talk about is fear, because fear creates mental instability. And the Bible says there is no room for fear in love. Why? Because fear has torment. When I looked up the definition of the word torment, it meant thoughts of punishment. Oh, so the reason why I'm hesitating to do this thing is because I'm already thinking of the punishment that comes if I fail. That's the fear of punishment. That is torment. And that is not the place that I have to be able to move from. It is in the preparation that we ask God to cast out the fear of what it is that we're doing. The importance here is that fear and excitement are the same feeling in the body. It's important to know that. You can't wait until you're not afraid to move, but the way that you move, not afraid, is by reframing the fear and anxiety you feel about doing the thing, reframe that to an excitement. How do you do that? By thinking about it a different way, by asking God to see what you're doing a different way. Two definitions of the word hope. Now, the Bible says that hope is the anchor for the soul. The soul is the mind, which means when you're operating in fear, you are mentally unstable. But the thing that allows you to operate in mental stability is a mind grounded in hope. Definitions of the word hope is an expectation of evil or an expectation of good. Expectation of evil is anticipation. Expectation of good is excitement. Free will comes in your ability to choose how you see what it is that you're doing. Do I see inhabiting this land for our study today? The Israelites refused to enter the land of Canaan because they were afraid, because they listened to the voice of fear and it made them punk out. Hope is the anchor for the soul, both sure and steadfast, in that we are sure of two things. Number one, God is not a man that he should lie, and those who flee to him for refuge will be encouraged to seize the hope that he sets before them. As we decide to move forward in hope, the anticipation is reframed into excitement because we are able to see through the lens of love. All of the fruits of the Spirit are states of mind that we learn to see. They're lenses. If I had glasses on, then I'm able to see this situation that I'm looking at with glasses through love, through joy, through peace, through patience. Which of the fruits of the Spirit do you need to see through the situation that you're looking at? Because it determines how you move. This is what it means to be free in the Spirit. With each opportunity, event, circumstance, situation that happens, we are free to move forward in the Spirit because there's an endless way that we are able to see where we're going. When you cannot see where you're going, you're stuck, you're paralyzed, you're fearful, simply because you can't see. So the question becomes with God all the time, God, how do I see this your way?